Preview.
So we'd like to get to hear from entrepreneurs who've actually done the journey. Please allow me to call on stage Priscilla Nachukunda, a young professional as well, who wears many hats, but today she'll explain what exactly the role ties in with our discussion today. So, left and right. You wear many hats. So you know how when you go to school and if you're tied to that mentality and you want to get to this fellowship and you want to study this and this, so Priscilla has done that. Obama Fellowship, they've expressed interest. Barbara Bush Fellowship, but you also have your 9 to 5 and you're tied to another particular job. So tell us how your journey has been.
Thank you. Can I stand?
Please.
Thank you. Hi everyone. To start off with, I'm really excited to see the room filled with fellow youth who have traveled different countries to come to Rwanda. For me, that's really, it really shows the potential that we have, the talent, but also the energy that we have. Like Georgie said, I'm right here today to tell you about my experience. It's a humble experience. I'm also still learning, like Mr. Fred Swanika said, so I'm not there yet. As we're sitting here together, we all probably have enjoyed better education than most of our parents. I bet that is right. We have gone to better schools, we have got more exposure than our parents and the other generations had. My idea is the key element is what sets this generation apart. We are in the middle of an extraordinary demographic shift in history. We, as the generation of today, are going from door to door knocking for jobs. We're out here for jobs, knocking from one door to the other. But where are the jobs? I must tell you that to get the right job or to move your business to one level to the other, it takes talent. It takes the right mindset and the true engagement to grasp all these opportunities around us. Today, I want to share with you some of my own experiences, like I said, and my journey, and what brought me to this particular event, but also for the job that I have at the Netherlands Embassy. So, like Georgie said, my name is Priscilla. I work for the Netherlands Embassy here in Kigali. I'm responsible for private sector development, but also capacity development. How did I get here? I want to tell you about my 3 Ps. It could be a coincidence that also my name starts with a P, but I really refer to all these Ps all the time. The 3 Ps I'm talking about are known to planet profits, and people know is it about public-private partnerships. The 3 Ps I want to refer to today as a youth that have moved me from A to at least B or will take me to the next level are passion, purpose, and persistence. These 3 Ps for me as a youth have taken me to places, and I believe for any youth they'll take you from one place to the other. I'll start by telling you about passion. What's that one thing that keeps you awake in the night? What's that one thing that keeps your heartbeat going every single day? If you have that one thing in your mind and you tie all your life around it, believe me, it will take you to the next level. I'll give you my own life experience. I'm now working at the Netherlands Embassy, but believe me, I was at one time an intern where I went to a job thinking it's a job, but I ended up carrying coffee cups. I was almost at the printing machine all day. Did I give up? No, I did not. I took that strength, I took every disadvantage and made it an advantage. The second P is purpose. Where is your focus? Where is the drive? And once you determine this purpose you have in life, and do not get distracted from that, stay focused, you believe in yourself, and you also want to define where do I want to be as a youth, as an entrepreneur, as a pharmacist, as a gardener, as a farmer, where do I want to be? If you define that, have the drive, stay within that line, don't lose your time because it's very valuable, choose your friends and network very wisely because those will make you or break you, then you'll go to the next level. The third P, which is persistence or perseverance, which also could mean do not give up. This is very, very, very important for the youth. We often start sometimes, but because your boss today told you, oh, Priscilla, you cannot make it, you go back feeling like, oh, I'm not good at my job. You don't have to give up. My own living experiences is I've been to jobs where I go to the bathrooms, cry my face out, but get my makeup back, put my list back on, walk to the next room, smile, and beat those deadlines, and be happy, and give it my 100. So that third P is very, very important. As much as you can be top of your class, given all the exposure, if you cannot push yourself to beat the challenges that you face as a pharmacist, as a gardener, as a farmer, as a teacher, as a young entrepreneur or intrapreneur, it will be difficult for you. So you have to tell yourself every single day, at least for women, I know we cry, or young ladies, we cry often when we're faced with challenges. Wipe those tears, stand up, go to the next meeting. And go to that next meeting like a winner. When you tell that to yourself every single day, believe me, you make it. This leads to my conclusion. I have about a few seconds. I would like to really refer to the speech of my president, His Excellency President Paul Kagame, yesterday at the arena. He really said that all the governments, our leaders and presidents, South Africa, West Africa, East Africa, they give us the platforms. They give us the good governance. They avail these platforms. YouthConnekt is going now big. They make the systems very, very conducive for us as the youth. But what we make out of that as the youth is very important. We have the gold in our hands and the diamonds. We have the talent, we have the energy, we have the time. But without using the platforms that the leaders are giving us, it all will die off. So we should use these platforms to scale up. And remember, time is very, very, very valuable. That's all I have to say, my dear friends. Let's take the lead.
I'm interested in this session, Skills for the Future, and I want to ask the question to Priscilla. Actually, when at some point, because you talk about passion, so at some point, when I see Africa, always we are struggling and trying to go behind other people's agenda. For example, it's very challenging here in Africa. Few months ago, I was somehow shocked when we lose one of our hero presidents here in Africa, but I heard that he was in Singapore in hospital. I asked myself, how can an African president lead a country for 30 years and he can't really manage to have a hospital to handle his health when he has a problem? So my question is this: what do you think, as young Africans here, what can we do about what kind of advocacy can we do for our leaders in terms of education and health? Because in my opinion, education and health is the very foundation for us. We struggle to get a job because at some point we are not skilled. Here in Africa, when you have money, rich people and people with good position, where they can get good money, they take their kids in Harvard. How can we have our Harvard here in Africa? Thank you.
The microphone cannot let us down now.
Thank you for your question. Honestly, I think referring to what's behind me, as the youth, often we want to go back to our government with lots of complaints, whereas we can also decide to take the lead. So as a young professional, referring to your question, and it's valid, I think we should also take the lead. By taking the lead means let's take up the leadership roles as well. Because if a leader is in charge of health, then of course your views, the advocacy goes a little bit higher. But also taking the lead means for the most educated youth, let's not relocate to the USA. Let's not relocate to the Great Britain. Let's come back home and deploy our talents and skills. Of course, the government and the leaders have a big commitment to give to us and the nations, but what is our role? And I think that refers also to why YouthConnekt was put in place, and that's why we're here. Let's also be able to take the leads, own it, and take some responsibility. And when we do that together with our governments, I mean, we have the energy, yeah? Some of our leaders are also getting sickly, like you just mentioned, but let's also be the push. Let's push them as the pushers to create that environment and infrastructure that we need in our countries. I also want to refer to my sister. She had a very good question. Unfortunately, I don't speak French, but I think you'll get it. So what I like to do, I've also been an entrepreneur. As much as I'm employed, I've started businesses that have definitely failed because my 8 hours a day are dedicated to my employer who gives me a nice salary that keeps me happy and pays all the bills. But I think what I've learned in life that also Fred Swanika said is you learn by learning, but also you learn by doing. So you can use the platform you have now, your job right now, either to create more savings as you plan for your next adventure or already start small. You can open up an online platform for whatever adventure, entrepreneur adventure you want, but still be perfect at your current job so that it pushes you to the next level when you are ready. And I mean, we don't have the funds, so let's be realistic. Deal with what you have at the moment. Deal with the finances and the resources you have to prepare you for the next level.
Thank you very much. A round of applause to our panelists.